Hi, I'm Allison from Move Smart Movement, the osteoporosis program that is meant for you. Let's talk about upper back work. Upper back work is really important for everybody, but it's particularly important for those of us with bone loss. It really helps to improve posture, back strength, helps to avoid falls and fractures. So it's a real win-win. The problem is doing upper back work well is really hard to do. We tend, all of us, to default to the mid-spine as where we do the most of our movement. Your lower back kind of curves in, your neck curves in. That's part of the natural shape of your spine. And so when you're coming into extension, your brain kind of wants to put it into the easiest, most straightforward part. But the problem is that doesn't target our upper back very well, especially if you tend to be a bit curved forward or have a forward head posture. So what do we do about that? We want to increase our brain's awareness of where the upper back is, where those muscles are, where those joints are. And we do that by adding some stimulation. I really love the Yoga Tune-Up products, not sponsored, just they're my favorite product. But if you don't have that, 2 tennis balls in a sock, tie a little knot so that the balls don't come out, that's gonna work just fine. All you need is 2 tennis balls in a sock or your Yoga Tune-Up products and a wall. You're going to put the Yoga Tune-Up balls, one on either side of your spine, up here in this area between your shoulder blades, and then lean up against the wall. So you put the Yoga Tune-Up balls nicely snuggled in between your shoulder blades, one on either side of your spine, and just roll up and down a little bit. You don't need to go far. Just go as far as your knees are happy to go and your hips are happy to go. You're pressing back just enough to keep the balls in place. You want to generate only as much sensation as feels good to you. And you can do maybe 5 or 10 rolls up and down, and then find a different spot. Bring the balls down a little bit closer to the bottom of your rib cage, maybe up a little closer to your shoulders. They often will go off on an angle. Just keep straightening them back out. And what we're doing is we're helping your brain and your nervous system to create a clearer picture of what the back of your body is doing and where those muscles are, so that when we start to exercise, we have better access to those muscles. So we're going to do one more, just like that. And then we think about the other thing that limits some of our capacity to do upper back motion, and that's tension across the front of your chest and shoulders. So now you'll take your Yoga Tune-Up balls out of their tote bag or your tennis ball out of your sock. And now we're going to do a little bit of work into the front of your shoulder. You're pressing only as hard as feels good to you. We're not looking for a 10 out of 10 sensation here. We just want to get some blood flow, a little bit of ease. You can drag the ball, use that to kind of pull on the skin and the connective tissue and muscle underneath. You can even use your hand. You don't even have to use the ball. We want this to be gentle. There are some people who are really sensitive and their nervous systems are giving them a lot of information. So we're looking for this to feel nice and soft and gentle and good. We don't need to dig in hard. There's no extra bonus points for like a 9 out of 10 sensation. And then you shift over and you do the same thing on the other side. And I know for those of you who want to do the hard work, this might feel like it's not a good use of your time, but this is how we make our upper back work more effective, more long-term useful for your muscles, for your bones, for your posture, for your fall prevention. And it will feel better. So just find another sweet spot, get in there a little bit more on this side, and then we're going to do some shoulder blade movement. You have a whole bunch of muscles around your upper back. And we're gradually working our way towards the muscles that connect to your spine for spine-specific work. But right now, we're still working on the more surface muscles, and particularly the ones that connect to your shoulder blades. So without thinking of it as an exercise yet, just move your arms around. See if you can feel your shoulder blades moving on your back. And then get yourself really nicely set. And here we're looking to get the bottom of your rib cage to stack up over top of your pelvis. We did this in the previous exercise where we were doing the band pull, which I will link to later. It's the follow-on to this sequence here. So that when you move your shoulder blades, you're not also moving your whole spine and ribs. Let your arms hang down by your sides and pull your shoulder blades together. Your arms are also going to move. Your arms will pull back because they're connected, but we don't want your whole body to push forward. So you might find you're feeling your stomach muscles work a little bit, and that's fine. You can quite deliberately think of planting your stomach muscles, your back muscles, your pelvis, your legs to keep you really solid and stable while you do this. And now you're going to pull your shoulder blades apart. That's going to pull your arms forward. Same thing, you're trying to move your shoulder blades across the back of your ribs. I'm going to show you from the back in a moment. So your arms will travel. When you pull your shoulder blades together, it looks like this, right? You can see my shirt creasing up. When you pull your shoulder blades apart, the tissues, including my t-shirt, stretch. We don't want this to go up into your neck. So if you're feeling like, wow, this does not feel good up in here or across the tops of your shoulders, make your movement smaller. You just fit it to what you need to do today, and then let your arms relax. Now we're going to go up and slide back down, just to neutral and relaxed. The effort is the pull up. We're using the muscles across the tops of your shoulders, and then slide with control, right? So you're not coming up and then flopping back down. There's nothing floppy about this. Very controlled in every direction. 3, and slide back down. 2, and slide back down. 1 more. And now think about sliding your shoulder blades down and back up. This, as you can see, is a pretty small movement. We're not going really far, but you're anchoring with the muscles that run along the bottom of your shoulder blades. And here I'll actually show you the whole sequence. Together, apart, center, lift, center, and lower. If you feel like that's enough for your brain, that's what you're going to stick with for the moment. Together, apart, up, and down in straight lines. If you feel like you've kind of got a handle on that, let's go for circles. So again, you're just going to keep your arms relaxed. They're going to travel forward and back with you. And then slide your shoulder blades up and wide and down and together in a circle. We are still working to keep your trunk stable. You're not moving your rib cage or your spine while you circle your shoulder blades. Together, up, wide, and down with your arms just traveling along for the ride. And then we change directions. Don't think about this too much. Just go for it. Change directions. Wide, up, together, and down. And we're looking for 5 to 10 circles in each direction, depending on your energy and your strength. And we are trying to use your stomach muscles to support you. We're using your back muscles to move your shoulder blades around. These muscles are important. They're part of that whole back chain, and they help to increase your body's awareness of where the back of your body is, which will make all the rest of your back exercises more effective. It makes it easier to stand upright. It makes it easier for your shoulders to be nice and wide. It makes it easier for your head to float back and be centered over the top of your shoulders rather than pushing forward. So, this is a great sequence for activating and mobilizing the bones and the joints of your upper back in terms of where your shoulder blades sit on your rib cage. It's a fantastic warm-up, not only for this video that I just did on using a band to strengthen these same muscles, but it's a great prep for any of your upper back and shoulder exercises. Got questions? Put them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe so you get the next video in this upper back sequence.